my name is FMAB, and this is the third video I'm recording right now during this session with the One Piece and Boruto, and now this one. And what I'm going to be talking about in this recording is subs and dubs, right? Or excuse me, wrong video. I already did that. Anime canon, filler, and manga canon. And with that, I always found it interesting because everybody has their own opinion and preference. And I just want to go into it. I wanted to hear what you guys thought or think is your preference, what you prefer, all that, and I'm gonna tell you guys, tell you all what I prefer. So let me just go in and explain what each of these are. If people don't know, and if do know, just skip forward. You'll get to where my opinion is. But anime canon is actually wait, excuse me. Let me start with manga canon. That's the simplest one to explain. Manga canon is taking what the manga is, which is the original source material, which is just the paper, the book itself of where the thing came from, and you adapt it into an anime. So you turn it into an animation, and now it's a series, like an anime series. And that usually like you'll see that mostly in every show. Every show has anime canon, unless something's happened, right? Manga canon like usually seasonal. So like let's say I don't know, Komi can't communicate. That is manga canon because it was manga first, then it got adapted, and it only follows the manga. It doesn't have, from what I can tell, it does not have extra like anime only stuff, right? But that's mostly what it is. If you adapt an anime, for the most part, it's manga canon, but things can change, right? So seasonals do that, but then you also have long running shows. Long running shows, like let's say Boruto, since I've done that example recently. Boruto has a lot of anime canon, right? And it does this because it has a lot of well, it doesn't have space in between what's when the manga canon is adapted into the anime and where the manga is at right now. And what I mean by that is the manga isn't that far ahead of Boruto. Like, so if you can't adapt a full arc into the anime, you'll just be done. You can't really make any more episodes because you can obviously make your own interpretation of it. But if you do that, at some point when the manga's done, they're just gonna have to do the anime again, like how they did with Fullmetal Alchemist and Brotherhood. So it's just like rather than going through the hustle of making your own a- interpretation of it, just make anime canon or filler where you do make like interpretations of characters, have them interact or whatever, where they usually wouldn't. But it's not manga, it's not the original source material. This is anime only. And in filler, it's just not important at all. You can skip it and you won't miss a single thing. Anime canon, you'll only miss what the anime canon is important to. And for the most part, anime canon, it can be like the smallest thing of like, oh, so this character in the manga fights this character. Well, in the anime canon, they fight a little longer and they talk about some actual interesting, like, or not interesting, but like they talk about something that wasn't talked about in the manga. Like, oh, they talk about their parents and how they do each other, and then you get like a flashback of them that was never before seen in the manga, like enhancing the story. But for the most part, anime canon for long-running series like Bleach, uh, Boruto, Super, well, not Super, not Super, Bleach and Naruto, they just are their own thing, their own separate things. And then you have filler. Obviously, filler is just padding out the show. Literally just padding out the show. When there's no anime canon that you can make and there's no manga canon that you make filler. And filler again, literally only there to just pad out that week so you can keep the gravy train rolling. So when you get more content, you'll be able to have anime canon stored up and manga canon ready to make. And obviously, I am not an expert. I am not in the industry. I don't know anything. This is me literally just talking from what I can see. And with all that said, after explaining all those, for me, they all work in different situations. Like filler, obviously, I never like filler, unless if it's just like if it enhances it, if it enhances the story. If it doesn't enhance it, if it's like, all right, this filler sucks. Weak villain, weak fight, weak character development, it was trash. Characters that I don't care about that will never show up again show up here, I do not care. I'll skip it. But if it's like a beach episode or something fun that you usually never see, like, all right, I'll watch it, I'll give it a chance. Like, I don't want a corny villain if it's not coming from the mangaka themselves. You know, like I'd rather just have something fun, something goofy, than something that I'm supposed to take serious, but I can't because it's just not good. But most shows have used filler, so you'll see it regardless, whether you choose to watch it or not. But oh my goodness, for me, like filler is at the bottom of the totem pole. Then you have anime canon, right? Anime canon, it's a doozy to talk about, right? Because you have anime canon like Boruto that I just don't like at all. It's basically filler, but it's not because it's the anime itself, right? It's like because it's canon, its own canon, it's following its own thing. Once the arcs are done, the manga arcs are done. Like I just, it's not filler, but it might as well should be because man, some of these arcs are just bad. Like, but not to rag on Boruto, like, so, like a lot of shows, a lot of run running shows can do that. So it's just like anime canon for the most part. From what I've seen it in One Piece, I hear like when it's mixed canon, when it's both manga and anime canon. Like, I don't mind that at all. I think mixed in anime canon is cool. But anime canon by itself is just boring to me. Really, really boring to me if it's not done well. So, like, I guess like a lot of people, I like manga canon stuff. So then you probably think, why not just read the manga? And I mean, I do. For the most part, I read where I left off when the anime ended. But not everybody wants to read, you know? Not everybody wants to read and see the pictures. People, some people just like watching the show. And I understand that completely because some shows introduce you to that manga, and then if you like the manga, you'll just keep reading that. And maybe you'll watch the show when it gets animated and adapted or whatever. But some people just genuinely don't like reading. Oh, here. I can understand that because I have some friends that are the same way. Like, I read some of the manga for some of the shows I like, but they would never. They'd just rather wait, watch some other shows, you know, this, that, and the fourth or the third. And I can understand. It's all power to you, you know. Everybody has their preference. You can't force something onto somebody. But for me, I guess like looking at it with all three of these left out on the table, it would go manga canon the number one, mixed canon number two, anime canon number three, and filler number four, and like the tier list. Because man, the bottom two are just like it's rough sometimes, yo. It'd be rough. It's like dredging through the trenches sometimes when you be watching it, like whether it's a waste of time or it's just hilariously bad, like it'd be crazy. But I want to know what you guys prefer. If you mind manga canon, or well, excuse me, if you like when a show does their own interpretation of the ending before the manga finishes, because I know a lot of shows used to do that earlier, like in the like 2010s, 2000s, whatever. So I want to know if you guys like that, or if you like anime canon like more than manga canon, or if you like filler for some reason. Like, let me know in the comments what you all prefer, how you feel about it, how did you skip filler, or do you watch it? Do you dredge through it? Like, let me know. But that's gonna be it for me for now on my little discussion about anime canon, manga canon, filler, and mixed. It's not that long. It's definitely not as hefty as subs and dubs, but it still is something to talk about, and I always find it interesting because it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult when you watch all four. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed as always. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll check you all out. Peace.